KHOU 11 News This Morning starts now.
Thanks for waking up with us on this Thursday morning. I'm Brady Smith in for Lisa.
And I'm Russ Lewis. It's Thursday, January 4th, and while we're dealing with not dealing with snow like they are on the East Coast, still pretty cold out there. No moisture, thankfully.
Yeah, it's not going to feel as cold as it did yesterday, but Cheetah, there's still a hard freeze warning in effect.
There is. You know what? If you're waking up in Montgomery County, Liberty County, or pretty much north of, you still have a hard freeze warning. Now, not in town or south of town, so we are trending in the right direction. I say that, you know, if you love the cold, you may be sad it's not going to stick around. But take a look. In-town temperatures sitting right at 30 this morning. But once you head north, that's why that hard freeze warning is in effect. 22 down in Conroe, 24 in Cleveland, 25 in Huntsville. And then take a look on the island, 37, so well above the freezing point there in Galveston, 26 in Pearland, and 28 in Columbus this morning. So temperatures for most of you right around or below the freezing point, with the exception of Galveston. And then our wind chill temperatures. Notice we're really not factoring in a wind chill. Isn't that nice? Winds finally started to weaken. So Darby, at least our 20s and 30s will actually be feeling like 20s and 30s.
Yeah, it was nice this morning because I had to take the trash out. I'm walking it down the driveway to the curb, and there was just no wind. So it was just like cold, but it wasn't like, it didn't hurt your face or anything like that. So that was nice. All right, we look to the south side. 5:02 in the morning. It's pretty quiet. No delays on 45, 288, or the Fort Bend Toll Road. But weekend road work, I found this, 288 northbound from 518 in McCard. All weekend long, they're going to have the freeway shut down, putting you on the frontage road. The backups will be huge. Now, they'll have traffic control on the scene, but you can see right now, everything's nice and quiet on 288 in McCard. Everything's wide open. It's weekend road you're going to worry about. 288, 17 minutes, Highway 6 to downtown. No delays on the Gulf Freeway, 23 minutes, League City Parkway to downtown. And the Fort Bend Toll Road, just 8 minutes from Highway 6 all the way to South Main.
Thanks, Darby. Breaking overnight, 3 Amtrak cars derailed from a passenger train in Savannah, Georgia. Amtrak says more than 300 people were on board, but no one was hurt. The train was backing into the station when 2 sleeper cars and a baggage car went off the tracks. Now, that train was traveling from Miami to New York, and while it's unclear what caused the derailment, rare snow did make roads around Savannah pretty slick. And overnight here in Houston, police say 4 teens carjacked a Chrysler 300, then robbed a strip club manager at gunpoint. Police then caught up with the group after they crashed on the North Freeway frontage road near Northville. Inside that white Chrysler, police say they found multiple bottles of vodka, which was allegedly stolen from the manager of Chica's Cabaret. 3 of the suspects were taken into custody. A 4th went to the hospital.
In just a few hours this morning, one of the men behind the mass murders of dozens of teenage boys here in Houston will face a parole board. One victim's family will also be there fighting to keep him locked up. David Brooks is serving life for helping serial killer Dean Corll. 28 boys were killed across Houston in the early 1970s, among them 13-year-old Stanton Dramala. Dramala's parents have spent their lives fighting to keep Brooks from getting released because his parole comes up every 3 years.
We want them to understand how difficult it is for the families that are left behind to go through this so often. I mean, have a heart.
They say they have to relive this every 3 years. We're going to be at this morning's parole board hearing, and we'll bring you updates on air in addition to KHOU.com and our news apps.
At 5:04 this morning, we're waiting to see if new charges will be filed in the case of Sharon Matthews now that her autopsy has been released. The report says the 3-year-old died of homicidal violence, but didn't specify exactly what killed her. You'll remember she was the subject of an Amber Alert last October after her adoptive dad said she disappeared when he put her outside as punishment. Both he and his wife are in jail charged with incidents that happened before the little girl was killed.
2 children abducted from Central Texas are safe this morning, getting checked out at a hospital in Colorado. Police found the 7 and 14-year-old sisters from Round Rock after a Colorado deputy spotted a vehicle that was described in an Amber Alert. Terry Miles is now in custody this morning. Turns out that he rented a room in the family's home, and he is a person of interest in the death of the children's mother.
A powerful storm is making its way up the East Coast, canceling more than 2,000 flights today. It already dropped snow on the deep south on its way toward New England. As Hanadoba shows us, nearly 35,000 people in the south are without power this morning.
Snow on palm trees. A rare winter storm hitting the East Coast right now started as far south as Florida, bringing with it rain, sleet, and yes, even snow.
Never seen snow. This is the first time.
In Orlando, schools are handing out donated winter clothes to students, many of whom don't have any because they never needed any.
We are getting requests from the school's guidance counselors and principals, child's name, size, gender.
South Carolina is known for its lush and plentiful golf courses. In snow, though, a golf cart can be repurposed to tow snowboarders. On the highways there, driving is treacherous. Cars litter the sides of the roads. This is a whiteout in Savannah, Georgia.
I got the chip ice off my car. I don't really even know how to drive on the road like this in this type of weather.
Here in New York City, we're expecting about half a foot of snow. Big Apple officials are among those all along the eastern seaboard warning residents of the extreme cold temperatures expected behind the storm. The most dangerous conditions may actually come after the snow falls. New England states could see up to a foot. Cities there, like Worcester, Massachusetts, are urging locals to stay off the icy roads most of today and tomorrow.
It's going to require probably, after plowing, sanding the entire city. All 500 miles of streets.
Heavy wind gusts also means the potential for widespread power outages. Hannah Doba, CBS News, New York.
And on the East Coast, I mean, they can get ready for these things with all the plows and everything they have to do. But Cheetah, this is going to be a monster any way you slice it.
It sure is. I mean, this is really an exception. I mean, we could be dealing with anywhere from 6 to 15 inches of snow over the next 24 hours. Big area of low pressure that was actually still connected. The same area of low pressure that provided sleet and snow for us has moved right along the eastern seaboard and pretty much impacted everyone along the southeast and now the northeast. So again, you're going to be hearing about this over the next couple of days about all the impacts that it's expected to have, but widespread power outages and yes, some big time snow. Here locally, we are under clear skies, so we are still starting off this morning at or below the freezing point, but no longer are we starting off with any type of moisture. Clear skies expected pretty much throughout the day. Actual air temperatures, so take a look on the island, 37, Palacios at 32, but otherwise 30 in Houston, 22 in Conroe, 26 this morning in Tomball. So you can see why that hard freeze warning is in effect for areas north and northeast of town, still starting off in the 20s. The nice thing is, though, this morning we do not have that wind chill factor. The winds have died down. So throughout the day today, we're still talking plenty of sunshine, but we are warming up a little bit more than yesterday. So temps in the 20s and 30s this morning. Lunchtime temp goes to 44. High temperatures of the day go to 51. High temps are going to continue to climb tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. 51 today, 55 for tomorrow. I keep us dry here today and tomorrow, and then Saturday and Sunday, I've popped in about a 30% chance for a stray shower. Most of the moisture will just be in the form of clouds. Next week, I mean, look, gorgeous, Darby, sunshine and 60s.
Man, I like that. Weather's getting actually going to be nice today, too. Well, weather's nice. That means traffic's nice, right? And it is. Traffic's very, very nice. So if you're heading out the door this morning, it's just cold. But no problems on the West Park Tollway coming in from Fulshire, Southwest Freeway in from Rosenberg, Highway 98 coming in from Missouri City or Stafford, all looking good. We take a look at our Houston TransStar shot. Southwest Freeway here at the 610 interchange. I do have reports of an accident on 69 at 610. I don't see anything here. It could be on the East Texas Freeway at the loop. I looked there as well. I didn't see anything. But you can see the Southwest Freeway heading into the Galleria. It looks great. Going into downtown shouldn't be a problem as well. Travel times, yeah, 28 minutes from Highway 36 all the way in. That's pretty much fly. If you travel the West Park Tollway, 15 minutes Grand Parkway to 69, so you're getting your money's worth there. And then 98, just 9 minutes from Gessner all the way into 610.
Thank you, Darby. Coming up on 5:10 this morning, President Trump is planning to attend the college football championship game coming up in Atlanta on Monday night. According to a report by Politically Georgia, the president and first lady will be guests of Nick Ayers. He's the chief of staff for Vice President Mike Pence. He's also a native of Georgia. Monday night will be an all Southeastern Conference showdown between Alabama and the Georgia Bulldogs.